Ever wonder how a word can mean one thing on Monday and become a cultural grenade by Friday? Welcome to the story of woke. Imagine you're scrolling through your feed right now and you see that word pop up. What's your gut reaction? Do you nod in solidarity, or do you roll your eyes so hard you can see last week? Here's the thing. Woke didn't start as a political weapon or a punchline. It started in Black American communities decades ago as a simple, powerful reminder to stay alert, stay aware of the systems working against you. Picture yourself in 1938 listening to Lead Belly's Scottsboro Boys, where he warns listeners to stay woke about racial injustice. That's the origin story nobody talks about at Thanksgiving dinner. Fast forward to the 2010s, and Black Lives Matter activists resurrect the term. They're using it the way your grandmother uses, be careful out there, as genuine concern, as community protection, as eyes wide open awareness of how racism operates when nobody's watching. But then something fascinating happens. Something that always happens when language meets the internet meat grinder. The word escapes containment. Suddenly, corporations are woke, commercials are woke. Your neighbor's book club is debating whether their wine selection is woke enough. It's like watching a sacred text get turned into a bumper sticker. Now imagine you're a marketing executive in 2015. You've just discovered that young people care about social justice, and you've got quarterly profits to think about. What do? You slap woke on everything like it's organic and gluten-free combined. The right wing sees this happening and thinks, perfect. They take a term meant to describe awareness of systemic oppression and flip it into shorthand for everything they oppose. Suddenly, woke means virtue signaling, cancel culture, political correctness gone mad, and probably your coffee being too expensive. Here's where it gets deliciously absurd. Both sides start using the same word to mean completely opposite things. One person's staying woke to injustice becomes another person's woke mob destroying America. The original meaning? It's drowning in a sea of think pieces and cable news shouting matches. Nobody's even checking the etymology anymore. So what was woke supposed to mean before it became everyone's favorite cultural punching bag? Simply this: awareness of racial and social injustice, particularly the kind that's baked into systems rather than just individual bigotry. It meant recognizing that racism isn't just a Klan rally. It's redlining, it's sentencing disparities. It's the invisible architecture that makes life harder for some people than others. It meant having your eyes open to patterns most people prefer not to see. But nuance doesn't survive the culture war blender. Now, if you use the word, half your audience assumes you're a social justice warrior who wants to ban Dr. Seuss. And the other half thinks you're finally paying attention to stuff that matters. The irony is thick enough to cut with a knife. A term about awareness has become so loaded that using it guarantees nobody will actually hear what you're trying to say. The signal has become pure noise. Meanwhile, the actual issues that woke was meant to highlight, they're still here, just wearing different vocabulary. Systemic racism didn't pack up and leave because we argued about a word for 5 years straight. Some people abandoned the term entirely, recognizing it become too weaponized to be useful. Others doubled down, refusing to let critics steal their language. The debate about the word has almost entirely replaced debate about the things it was supposed to describe. And here's the kicker. While everyone's fighting about whether being woke is good or bad, the underlying question gets ignored. Are you actually aware of how society works? Or are you just performing awareness for the algorithm? Picture the absurdity of it all. A word born from genuine struggle and community protection gets commercialized, politicized, memed into oblivion, and weaponized all within a decade. That might be a land speed record for linguistic corruption. The corporate adoption was particularly grotesque. Companies with questionable labor practices started posting black squares and declaring themselves woke allies. It's like watching someone sell you revolution with a side of fries. Critics aren't entirely wrong when they point out the performance of it all, but they're aiming at the commercialized zombie version, not the original spirit. It's like criticizing spirituality by pointing at prosperity gospel televangelists. Today, calling something woke has become the fastest way to shut down conversation. It's a thought-terminating cliche that works in both directions. Progressive or conservative, you can deploy it to avoid actually engaging with ideas. The really wild part? Most people using the term now have no idea it came from AAVE, no clue about its history, no connection to the communities that created it. It's been so thoroughly stripped of context that it's basically a new word wearing the old word's skin. So what's left when a word means everything and nothing simultaneously? You get people talking past each other at maximum volume, both convinced they're using language correctly while speaking completely different languages. The culture war grabbed woke, chewed it up, and spit out something unrecognizable. And somewhere in that process, the actual work of addressing injustice became secondary to winning the semantic battle. Here's your final twist. The fight over the word woke is itself a distraction from staying actually aware, actually engaged, actually working on the problems that made the term necessary in the first place. We're arguing about the map while ignoring the territory. Maybe the most woke thing you can do now is recognize when language has been so corrupted it's no longer useful. Sometimes you have to abandon the battlefield and find new ground. But don't worry, there's always another word waiting to go through the exact same cycle. The culture war machine is hungry, and it's always feeding time.